grab my gloves. I grabbed this, it was colder. It's like 50 outside. It's 55 in here, but it feels colder because it's wet. Good morning, sweet girl. How are ya? I'm so sleepy, mommy. It's a good dredge. It stormed last night, and I can tell because it smells like wet dog in here because he was in here for 3 or 4 hours. What do you think, girlfriend? I don't think you're gonna want to go outside. I don't think so. Oh, he's so sweet. He's a good girl. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Little kitties. Little kitties. It's not raining now, but it is very wet. So we'll see if I'm coming outside. Decisions. Leave the door open. See what she decides. Snow from shrub. Not surprised. It is Sunday. Stormed overnight and it was so loud. Like it was not severe weather. It was just really like an electric show basically. Lots of lightning and really, really loud thunder. Really loud. It was a little crazy. It was a little bit wild, but it woke us up at like 12:30. Like we knew it was supposed to rain, but I don't think we anticipated it being like thundering like crazy. Hello! Good morning. How are my turkeys? They've been out eating, even though it's wet, which is great. They're hay. Yes. You ready for breakfast? Let's have breakfast. We don't need to headbutt each other. Everybody gets breakfast. They do. It's amazing. There's not a warning. That little goat. Don't get breakfast, Pepper. You gotta move, buddy. There you go. Ooh, it stinks. Why does it smell so bad, guys? Okay, and Mom stood in here too long, so now we don't know. I'm leaving to go out of town for a day this afternoon, and I think I'm too distracted thinking about all the things that I have to get done. So Jeremy's in charge of them tonight, but my mom and dad are gonna come do morning chores on Monday so that he can just get up and go to work and not deal with these guys. They are awful for him, in his defense. They will always do the wrong thing when Dad's in charge, just how it is. Good morning, buddies. Did you just pull all that hay out of the feeder? It looks like you did. I don't know why that's a thing. Look at these two. Look at you two, naughty piggies. But their bowls are full of water, so we'll go in. I'm coming. Toonie got a little full of herself this week. Really strange, coming to put everybody up. And I wasn't early, but she was still out. So I was calling her to get her back in. And I let the dog out because the dog comes out here and poops. And she ran at me, tried to knock me over. Once she kind of hit me, it was like she realized it was me and she left me alone. And I think she got spooked by the dog, but she's never done that. So it's really strange. Hi, do we need to beat on the gate? I don't think we do. Come on, buddy. Come on, Toonie, you have your elbow. Let's dump the water out. Let's dump the water out. don't know really what got into her. It was very, like I said, it's really weird. Like, so when she kind of nudged me, it was like she kind of realized, like, she just walked off and was fine. So I want to say it was probably the dog, because typically they're already in their pen and I let him out, and so there's not a lot of like him being out with them. But like, she was like over here and I let him out here, and then she had to kind of walk around while he was standing here. So it may have just been, she, like I said, she really hates him, so I don't know. This bale that we put out yesterday was very green. It was a little bit better of a bale than we've had. So they really hammered the hay that I put out. I hear them fighting in here. Yes, ma'am, hello. Hi, girls. What's going on in here? Oh, Nugget. Bunny, is she being a turkey? Yes, a little bit. I'm sorry. Sweat. Okay, calm down, butts. Here we go. Okay, ready? No problem. This is an out, not an in, honey. Here we go. All right, let's go, Lens. Good girl. All right, come on. Nugget always getting some extra. Are you getting extra snacks these days? Little ADHD kiddo. It smells like a latrine in here this morning. I guess it's just wet. Nugget gets distracted and starts playing nowadays. Yeah, so the whole thing here, guys. And then like after I shove Mom and Bunny out, she's like, oh, I might need to eat breakfast. And it's like, yeah, teenagers. So we are a week away from being on baby watch. So Nani is due a week from tomorrow. Her body is making all the changes. So just wanted to kind of check my kidding kit today. And I don't have like, I'm not fancy and organized. I don't have like a bucket with all my stuff, but I do need to check and make sure that we have everything that we need. I do know I'm out of a couple of different things. I have a whole bag of pine shavings that we're gonna use until we run out for bedding. So I know I have that. But I do need to run through all the things that I need to go pick up this weekend or this week. Hello, baby girl. We're not quite on baby watch yet, but what I am doing is checking her udder and her tail ligaments every day just for a baseline of how full and tight everything feels. Like I put out minerals every day, so she's not mineral deficient. She's really looking for a cookie, so I'm checking those tail ligaments every day. They're still there. They're still very tight. We're still checking that little udder. It's starting to fill up, but not like getting close. We need to look at kidding stuff today. It is icky, so there is not much to do outside. Can't really sit out with them today. And what's funny, it stinks in the barn. It doesn't stink out here where I would think it would stink. I need to fill up water. Number one, because the pigs have turned over their water scratching on it. It is gonna rain some more today, but I'm gonna leave the door open. So I use baby wipes are a big thing that I always have on hand because there's not running water out here to like wash up. This is full, so we don't need those. I know I'm out of iodine, so I did buy a new bottle of Nutri-Drench. I always have this in my kidding kit to give moms during and after labor. It's like souped up electrolytes, so you squirt it in their mouth, and it's got vitamins and molasses and sugar and like all the things that they could need, which is great. I think I'm out of gloves. I think that's my other thing that I was running low on. So I have maybe a couple of sets in there. I've got electrolyte, my hair dryer's out here, the tattoo, I have a new tattooer. So I have gloves. I need to have both short and long gloves. I have long gloves, I just don't have any short ones. And then I need to check and see my other stash of things. So let's walk in. I don't have, and I don't usually use, a lot of people have like one of those like nasal clear things, the little bulbs that you suck snot out of babies' noses with. I don't use one of those. I know a lot of people do. I find that kids, moms are able to clear that on their own, usually, and usually just like wiping their face really well is fine. Really big on being the least invasive that I possibly can. Goats have been having babies for thousands of years. I've had more of my share that have delivered, and I've shown up and they're dry. Mama goat is always gonna know better than me. Mama goats can do everything that they need to do. But we have iodine to clean belly buttons. Oh, did you decide you need to come back in? You can, you're fine. We've vaccinated, we'll have vaccinations for the babies. I use puppy pads, or really what I have this year is somebody donated like these that are not for animals, but they are for humans that they use like in nursing homes or with disabled people on their beds. So I have 4 or 5 packs of those, gloves, and I need iodine because I know I'm out of those 2 things. And we'll buy vaccines as we need them because they only last 2 weeks after you open them. So we do CD&T at 4 weeks for all of our babies because our moms are vaccinated ahead of kidding. So Nani's the only one, Nani and Poppy are the only ones that have been vaccinated so far because you do it 4 weeks ahead. And so Nani, and then Poppy is due, we just did Poppy this week because she's due like the 20th. So those are the things that I have in my kidding kit basically are baby wipes, paper towels, puppy pads. I don't use towels. I like to have the puppy pads for that initial rush of fluid so that the bedding stays dry, and iodine for belly buttons, gloves for the human, and the Nutri-Drench. That's really all I keep in my kit. I do mostly disposable things, and I will tell you that I do disposable things for a very specific reason. Do you need dog food? Huh? Would you like some dog food? Mama get you some dog food. Mom get some. Mom get some for you. Hold on. It's gonna rain more today. There you go. There's paper dogs. Buddy. You can go inside. Mom doesn't care. It's up to you. I use disposable things, and I know a lot of people don't, and they use towels, and they have all kinds of things in their kidding kit. If I'm not equipped to deliver that baby, if something goes very wrong, I'm gonna call my vet, and they're gonna have everything that they need. If a kid doesn't look right, is struggling, I'm gonna call my vet. We did have a lot of dysocial last year in older does, which is again why we didn't breed our older does this year. I can't keep up with things. So this is your kidding advice from somebody from the non-neurotypical. I have a hard time with planning and organization. I'm not a very organized person naturally. I don't create systems very well for myself, and I have a hard time maintaining things. So for me, disposable things are a lot easier because at the end of the season, I can throw everything out, or it's done. So we're finished with it, it's over. I don't have to worry about keeping it stored or clean. I don't need it any other time of year. We kid in very specific time in March and April, and I don't need it multiple times a year. I don't need it all year. So disposable stuff, minimal amount of things, disposable, work so much better for me overall. That's what works for me. If you're a super organized person and you definitely can keep up with everything, then like somebody like Danelle at Weed and Reap, who's like uber organized, super awesome, love it if that works for you. It does not work for me, and I've learned over the past 6 or 7 years that like trying to emulate someone else in a system that does not work for me just makes me frustrated and feeling like inadequate and like I can't do it right. Not the case. You just have to find stuff that works specifically for you. Last year I have 3 kidding stalls. We didn't use these at all last year because I can't shut the doors. My goal is before the 3 kid in April, because they're all right next to each other, Pixie, Zelda, and Padme, that I will get these dug out where we can at least close the door. I mainly use this kidding stall because it's bigger, so it's not a square. It has this nice area. We usually kid in here, and then if I have several, we move moms and babies into an individual stall. I don't keep mom and babies pinned up for more than a day or 2. That is my preference. I've never had any issue. There's lots of room. But what I will say about my setup is my goats have 3 acres. They can get away from each other. I've never had problems with moms bullying other babies to the point that they're not safe. I've never had a problem with does not being able to get enough food or moms bonding. But again, I think that comes down to space because we're not on a dry lot. Everybody grazes, there's plenty of room. So Nani will be our first one. So the next few videos will probably be baby watch. on her, waiting for her kids to arrive. This may be her last kidding season. She may go one more. This is definitely Zelda's last kidding season. So in the years to come, it will just be Padme, Poppy, and Pixie, and possibly Try Nugget, who looks like she's about to go to sleep over there. But everybody else has kind of aged out at this point for kidding. Oh, so sleepy. So yeah, it looks like they're gonna hang out inside. I have to go to the grocery store. Hi, Bunny Bear. I want you guys to know that like this goat is living her best life, not having to be pregnant this year and being old and a grandma and Tinkerbell. Getting extra food. This one also just bossing people around. Loving retirement. Get everything else done for the rest of the day. Baby girl, are you asleep? I'm sleeping. Say sleepy, Chai Nuggie. Say hi, Chai Nuggie. Say don't sleepy. Don't sleepy. Have a good day, girlies.